I mean, no one's watching, but that's okay. I'll hit go live. All right, we are live on YouTube after Costa Rica 2, United States 0. Raw reaction, Zach. Raw reaction.
Oh, Merry Clinchmas. We clinch World Cup qualifying. That's that's good, right? Big picture. We've done it. We've qualified. We're going to the World Cup in Qatar. I'm not gonna lie. That left a bitter taste in my mouth, though. Losing to Costa Rica, 2-0. Uh, yeah, not a great way to end qualifying. Our A team minus a few starters uh, lost to Costa Rica's B squad. A couple of
Yeah.
debutantes. So, oh man, yeah. What about you? That was bad to watch. That was hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like a very happy moment in clinching World Cup berth again is just soured in my mouth after a performance like that. It's one thing if it was a good game. It was not a good game.
No, it was a bad game. You know, you heard the commentators talking about how this is a tight knit group. Apparently, now, I wouldn't know anything. I would know anything about that. They're talking about this tight knit group. You got Tim Way is gonna be DJing the after party and all of this stuff, bro. It does not show up on the field.
No.
It does not show up on the field at all. Those guys look like they are a disjointed 11 individuals. And I think, does this come back to Greg? Like, does this come back to Greg? There's no discernible game plan. I mean, I'm gonna watch this game back probably because I actually want to try and figure it out. What was the game plan tonight? Like, could you tell me?
No. No.
We were trying to, we were trying to get it up to Pepe, and we were trying to, Robinson had tons of space, and we're gonna push him forward. It was like, let's pick a system. It seems like we're caught in two minds of either we need to press and play possession, or we need to play on the counter. Not this in between
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of
I
limbo
think
land of playing.
I think you say that best when you're like, hey, we have no plans. Not even caught in two minds. Just not there. We actually got my brothers in chat right now. So my
Nice, let's
brother Ryan
go.
says, backwards header though. Costa Rica ran that game. 100%. Costa Rica
100%.
executed exactly what they wanted to do.
Yep.
I mean, you talk about United States being lost on what we wanted to do. Contrast that against Costa Rica. Exactly what they wanted to do. Yeah, Keylor Navas had to make a couple big saves, but I mean that's normal for them. They don't care. You know what I mean?
No, they don't. I think
And
the other,
he looked comfortable. He looked
yeah,
comfortable even on those
yeah,
the crazy saves.
I agree. I think the other scary thing was it seemed to come down the middle, came down right down our heart. Um, I mean, they just bossed the midfield. Uh, Number 20, I can't remember what his name was because this was his debut for Costa Rica. Uh, I mean, bossed the midfield. He
He was
bossed the mid.
incredible.
He was incredible. That's terrifying. I mean, wow, that's bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was all around bad.
Yep.
And look, I think that there's going to be people who go, it's CONCACAF. We've never won at Costa Rica. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't
I'm going to
care.
be honest. I'm going to be honest. I think those are just bad excuses at this point.
Bad
This
excuses, I agree.
we have a number 10 at Chelsea. We have players at Juventus, Borussia Dortmund,
Hmm.
Lille. Like, the list goes on. RB Leipzig. The the Costa Rican players, I think Kaylor Navas and Joel Campbell, are they the only two that play outside of Costa Rica?
Dude, Joel Campbell plays in Mexico, dude. He doesn't even play in Europe.
Like, got it's just a bad excuse at this point.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think
Maurice.
they have a guy named Brian. I can't remember much about him. He's on the bench tonight, but I'm pretty sure he plays somewhere outside.
But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
we're the U.S. It's
yep.
Costa Rica. Now that I don't want to have like U.S. hubris, but we are the U.S. We should be stomping Costa Rica. I I just don't care about those excuses anymore. We should be
No,
stomping
yeah,
Costa Rica.
yep. 100 rating, and they're talking about, um, we made it to the World Cup, but we did lose this game. It's like, well, I feel like we should have way higher aspirations than just scraping by to make it there. We're not, we shouldn't be like, Costa Rica just happy to be there, or like teams like Peru who are just going to be happy to be there, right? All right, we got a couple questions. Well, Ryan says top goalkeepers are supposed to make top goalkeeping saves. True, but like he wasn't even. It wasn't even like he was stretching most of the time.
Oh man, let's just contrast the two goalkeepers. I never
Yeah.
want to see Zach
Yes.
Steffen on the field ever again. Ever again.
Horvath must be wondering, what do I have
Wh-
to do to
I
get in
know.
the game?
Oh my
Honestly,
God. What is he doing for that second goal? What is he doing?
doesn't catch it. It goes to the very edge of the
Dude,
box to make a wild deflection.
how does Greg go back to him after the Panama game? He had a few, like he got bailed out. He just got lucky in the Panama
Yeah.
game on a few of those. And then we go back to him and just expect him to be better. Yeah, Horvath has just got to be what do I got to do?
Yeah. What
And
does a brother got to
dude,
do? Yeah.
and Matt Turner's just sitting at home going, that starting spot's all mine.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
All right, another question. Do you think Navas talks like a Spaniard or a Tico?
I would
Ah,
know the difference. I would know the
oh,
difference.
yeah, you're uncultured.
Uncultured.
I would say in when he's in Spain. Well, he plays in France now, but I bet he speaks like a Spaniard over there, and then a Tico in. Yeah, I think he tries to use a fake Spaniard accent. All right, here's a good talking point. Ryan said, United States wouldn't qualify in other divisions besides Oceania. Hmm. Would we qualify?
Man, that's a tough question. You and I have talked about this. I do think that there's a certain aspect to having MLS guys. I think if you go back to when we were qualifying regularly for World Cups, you had guys playing in the MLS, guys that played against these, South American, Central American players all the time.
Yeah,
I think there was a little bit more of a grittiness. It was more of a
gritty.
we're not as talented, but like we're gonna grind it out. We're gonna see results out. And so now I think you've got this is gonna be maybe not the word we're supposed to use, but kind of a prima donna mindset where I play at Chelsea and all of this other bull crap. And maybe we play better against the European teams that want to play soccer. I mean, I don't know. Costa Rica played soccer tonight, and they just
Yeah,
ruined
yeah,
us.
that's what I
So,
was gonna say.
you know
Eh,
what? I don't know. I'm with Ryan. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't qualify out of other
yeah.
other regions. Oh, I'm such
Ryan
a
also said Ochoa's looking prime too. Too bad. I didn't watch. I mean, obviously I was watching the United States game. I didn't watch it, but Zach Steffen is not the guy. You
dude.
sent me this text. If you got a player, right, a player who just sits behind as a second string goalkeeper, I would say any other position, he's training week in, week out, he can turn on. But a goalkeeper who never plays for his club just to come in and be our number one,
I don't,
that ain't it.
dude. Dude, I agree, but I don't even know about any other position. I'm trying to think like you can't just slot someone in who doesn't play week in and week out. We're the United States, and I know that we're not a soccer powerhouse or anything, but we're getting there, and we should be, and we have enough talent that Zach Steffen should. He doesn't play
Yeah.
ever. Ethan Horvath is playing for Notts Forest. Had a great game against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Had a great game against Liverpool.
Has played in big games, FA Cup games against big teams.
And he plays well. And Zach Steffen is a nightmare. I'm gonna be honest. We've said this from the start though. I know that we just started the podcast, so not everybody knows this, but Daniel and I have been talking for a year. He's not it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him called up. He doesn't play for his club.
Yeah.
How is that possible? And then he signed an extension, and we're just supposed to be like, oh, we've got a goalkeeper at Man City. Yeah, a goalkeeper at Man City that sits on the bench. I'm about as useful at Man City
might as well
as
be
Zach
filling up
Steffen is.
water bottles. Yeah.
No, seriously though. Like, if that's what we need in a goalkeeper, Man City, sign me, boys. I'll put the gloves on. I can sit on the bench week in, week out. I can get Phil Foden water. I can get Kevin water. Does Ederson need?
My boy Kev.
Ederson needs a back rub. I can do that. I can do that stuff. I'm good like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, okay. So Jeff asked a question, then I have a question for you. So Jeff said, would we want to go into the World Cup a tough competitor or rather a poor performing underdog?
Tough competitor. That's what we should be going into, I think. How can we can't have an underdog mindset when we're ranked 13th in the world.
That's true.
Or whatever we are. You know what I mean? We can't have an underdog mindset when we have guys starting week in, week out at top clubs. We can't have an underdog mindset. Like we just
Yeah. So
that's we underperformed. We underperformed drastically.
Okay, so here's my question. I was kind of want to go through kind of our bigger players or standouts in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Who lost stock in your mind? Like, who after this window are you like, please no? Obviously, Zach Steffen. But, like, who else are you, like, down on? And who are you up on? Looking at the window as a whole.
Okay, how many players can I do?
Keep in mind that we got
Just
4 points from the window.
Okay, one and one.
No, I mean, list off whoever you think. Obviously, we're down on Zach Steffen, but we been down on Zach Steffen.
Yeah, we don't need to name Zach Steffen again. Let's stop talking about him. Ricardo Pepi, he lost stock. He's down. He's down for sure.
Jeff wants to know Weah, up or down?
Medium. I don't know. He's pretty level in my mind. I think you saw flashes of him being good. I do think, I don't know if you guys saw in the game, but there was a couple of times where he had some pretty bad body language. And
yeah,
I get that it was like he wants to win, and I love that drive. But I know that we're being pessimistic, but we can be because we don't play for the U.S. But I'd like to see that, come out a little bit more positive, like, come on, boys. But it seemed like he was getting really frustrated with his teammates. Tim Weah, kind of even keel for me. So Ricardo Pepi, Jordan Pefok, I don't ever want to see him again after that miss against Mexico.
Wondolowski 2.0.
Yikes. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm down on Weah, dude. Like,
You're down on Weah? Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, against Mexico, he looked dangerous, but it's just it's kind of like an Adama Traore vibe.
Doesn't have the final product.
He's so quick, but like other than that,
what does he bring?
I mean, he's not doing anything. Okay, let's talk.
I agree.
Who else? Ricardo Pepi, I think, down.
He didn't do anything this whole qualifying window. He hasn't scored a goal since October or September. I know he's a young kid. And I think we did the classic American thing where we put too much pressure on his shoulders too quickly. He scored a couple of goals, and we were like, that's it. He's our guy. Clearly, he needs time. Do I think he'll get there? I don't see it, if I'm being honest. I think Ferreira can feel hard done by Greg after his showing against Panama. I'm up. That's one of the guys I'm up on. I think Ferreira can be a good signing.
Same.
Kellen Acosta, down.
Super
down on Kellen. Down on Kellen. He came in and I thought he could deputize for Weston McKennie a little bit, or Tyler Adams even, in kind of that defensive role. And then he's always talked up as the set piece guy. Um, yeah, really, his quality let him down. He was not very good this qualifying window. Unfortunate. You know, let's see. All right, maybe we should. Who is there? Anyone else you're down on?
Um, Not necessarily as a window as a whole. Anthony Robinson looked like garbage tonight. Okay,
I
the
agree.
the team as a
He's
whole just could not complete passes. Like it was like
yeah.
we could not string it together. Our decision making was poor. It was slow. Um, so
He. I mean, he played 90 minutes in both the previous games. I mean, maybe that's an excuse though. He is a professional. He should be able to turn up.
yeah, that's
But
why
the
that's why
travel's hard. You know, they
yeah
traveled back and forth. But
that's why I'm not necessarily down on him as the window as a whole. But
mhm,
he did not. Him and Pulisic on the left side produced absolutely nothing this entire game.
yeah, I'm down on DeAndre Yedlin, but up on Shaq Moore.
Yep,
Um,
same. I don't want Yedlin called up anymore. I think he was called up as like the
Elder statesman.
experience guy. The
Hmm.
dude is not like what he's kind of like a Wilfred Zaha where he doesn't have a cool head. He doesn't have a leadership mentality. At least from what I see, he just kind of like I don't know. He seems one who loses his cool really. I mean, we saw it. He got a yellow card when he
He's a
like
liability. He's a
yeah
liability. He doesn't bring anything offensively.
yeah
You know, but I mean, that then again, it's very clear that when he's healthy, Dest is our guy, right? But I
yeah
think next in line,
should be Shaq Moore or
uh,
the other guy. What's the other guy's name? Who they were thinking about calling up?
oh man, this is so bad. I can't even. I'm tired. I can't even
Not
remember.
not worth talking about, but there was debate about. Okay, I got it. We got a couple chats. Okay, but for real, we get to watch United States in the World Cup, so pop the champagne like the crew on Paramount Plus. True. I mean, we got to keep that perspective. We
Oh yeah,
qualified.
100%, 100%,
We
100%.
qualified. We're happy
We
we
qualified.
qualified. Okay, Ryan says devil's advocate here. U.S. intentionally played bad, not showing our pieces to have the upper hand in next stage.
No,
I mean, we got months till then, so
no, nope. We're just bad. We just played bad.
okay, here's why. Here's my biggest down of the window is I'm down on Greg, dude. I'm down on Greg. Here's
We've
my
been
problem.
down on Greg for a long
We
time
done
though.
been down on Greg. Here's the problem. Against Panama, we have a midfield and a front three that play really well,
Hmm.
right? What kind of message do you send to the players when like you had a great game against Panama, you were vibing, it was a party, and then the next game you go right back to people who are this whole window have underperformed.
It's not a good message, that's for sure.
Like
Um,
I don't get what he's trying to do. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know.
'Cause
I don't know.
I don't see the tactics on the field. I don't see like the pregame decisions, things like that.
Exactly. If it was a tactical decision where we were like, oh well, Greg is he clearly wants to play with a point forward. Ferreira's not that guy, and Ricardo Pepi's been holding up the ball, and this is how he wants to play, and Costa Rica are going to do X, Y, and Z. But it was like he's like threw out players, and
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah,
Like this is who
we got a chat from Football's Glory. He says the United States may not make it out of the World Cup group stage. The draw is this Friday, and we'll
Are we
learn
in
more.
pot two? Are we in pot two?
I don't know. With that result, I doubt it. I bet pot three. But
Oh God.
here's the thing on that. At this stage, like with the unknown of who's going to be on our group stage, I'm agreeing with Football's Glory here. I don't think we make it out if we play with the mentality we've been playing with, like that making it to the World Cup is our goal. We gotta be having aspirations higher than that. We're ranked 13th in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I'll start a new
I don't
poll.
know.
I'll start a new poll. If you guys haven't answered the latest poll,
Do we make it out of the group stages? Oh God, I don't want to be this guy, but I can't see it after tonight. But I
yeah.
think we do. I think we do. I think we pull it together. I hope we do. I
Okay,
don't know,
so
man.
Jeff says, I think we could make it out of the group stage, but we'll be fresh out of the blender. True, like it'll be straight chaos if we do.
It will be. It
It
always
won't be
is.
clean. Yeah.
It's never straightforward with us. Like we leave it till the last window. We leave it to the last game of the last window. And we lose the last game of the last window, and the only reason we qualify is because we didn't lose by 4 more goals.
Right.
Quality qualifying window, boys. Real
Yeah.
well done.
Football's glory says 2026 may be the United States men's national team year. I agree, especially being home. I mean, this World Cup could be great experience, right? We won't need a Yedlin because everyone will be experienced, right?
That's true.
So,
We'll have yeah. Okay, we never got to answer who we were up on though from this window.
oh,
Big
De La
big up,
Torre.
big up, De La Torre, big up, Gio
Yep.
Reyna. Gio Reyna,
Oh, 100%.
he's got
Ooh,
to be
he's
on the
fun to watch,
field,
isn't
dude. He's got to be on the
he?
field. He's our best player for sure. I don't care. I'll take all the hate, all the give it to me, all you Christian Pulisic guys.
Yeah.
Oh, just fanboys, give it to me. Gio Reyna is our best player, bar none. Easy.
Here's my thing. Costa Rica's best player is their goalkeeper, right? Um, Austria's best player is an outside back in Alaba, right? Those are the kinds of positions that you don't want your best player to be, right?
Hmm.
And, like an outside back is not what you want your best player to be. I'm starting to think that like Christian Pulisic, the position he plays, is not able to take the game by the haunches. You know what I mean? But Reina in the midfield, he's able to dictate a little bit more. He's able to do a little shake and bake. You know what I mean?
I mean, but like, okay, this isn't a comparison by any means, Christian Pulisic to any of the players that I'm about to name.
Hmm.
But
Oh no.
think of all the guys that have dictated the game from that side of the pitch and where he plays. Jack Grealish at Aston Villa, Raheem Sterling when Jack Grealish wasn't at Man City. Wilf Zaha at Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
Eden
but
Hazard at Chelsea. I mean, like
you're
Neymar.
naming
You think
teams.
about
No, but you're naming teams that never really had that much success with these players. They looked good, right? These players looked good, but they never like achieved a whole lot. You know what I mean?
okay, so you put
Aside from
fair,
Hazard.
but I mean, I, I don't get it. I don't get it. He does not play well for us, and people are stoked, right? He had the Hattie last game.
Hmm.
I am one of those guys who's like, a Hattie with 2 penalties is not a Hattie.
Uh, I mean, it's a hat trick, but um,
It's not a hat trick. That's not a hat trick.
okay. Football's glory has another question for us. Thoughts on the wonder kid Gabriel Slonina? Do you know anything about him? I don't know anything about him. Never
Nothing.
heard of him. Football's
Nothing.
glory. Educate us. Let us know who that is.
Yeah, you got to educate us. Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm up on
who's
very
your
little players. A lot of
who's
people
your
stayed the same.
who's your squad? Who are you calling up? Okay, let's do this. Let's not do squad. Let's do who's your starting 11. First game, everybody's healthy. We're in Qatar. Got to start out with a banger result.
Okay, first of all, I'm not putting Stefan in. Horvath or Turner. I'll take
Turner.
either of them. Just please, no Stefan.
I know. I'm tired. I'm tired of this conversation with him.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
bad.
Yeah. Let's move quick through this because I don't wanna stick on Zach Stefan because we've qualified, right? And I'm so let's see. Football's glory. He is watched by Chelsea before the Russian chaos. Is he an American? This kid? Oh, yeah, probably. You're talking Russian chaos because they can't transfer or nothing right now. Uh, um, Ryan asked, and this is a good question. Is Berhalter the manager for us? If you could handpick a manager, who would you pick?
Brian
You,
Schmetzer.
yep, Zach, you're all in on this. Brian Schmetzer.
Brian Schmetzer, Seattle Sounders. You watch the way they play. It ain't pretty. It ain't very pretty. Serial winner. Dude wins constantly. Constantly.
Yeah.
I think that he's the kind of guy, the system that he plays is simple. Everybody knows their jobs. It's clearly defined. It's clearly laid out. And I think it fits in the national team system. Greg Berhalter said all the right things. All, American fans, we were like, we got to be playing like Spain. It's got to be possession. It's got to be this. It's got to be pretty football. Wrong. No. We picked style over substance. I just want to see wins.
Yeah.
I don't care how we play as long as we're winning, to be honest with you. Ugly wins are wins, and I want to see us make deep runs.
Yeah.
I want to say, and honestly, yes, here's the other part. I think that our strengths are on the counter. I think that's where all of our strength is. I don't think we have players that can possess the ball. I think you saw it tonight. You watch Walker Zimmerman and Miles Robinson on the ball. There was a couple of times where Yedlin's wide open, and it's either very clear that they don't trust each other yet or something. But Walker Zimmerman did not trust himself to make a 30-yard pass to a wide open player. Just didn't. He was
but he's shown
nope,
it out the
I won't do
window
it.
he can. You know what I mean? I just feel like
I don't. I think that's the Greg thing. I don't think he knows what he's supposed to do. I think he's like, do I give it to him or do I try and make the hero ball or what does Greg want? I honestly don't think they know what they're supposed to be doing.
Greg is being a detriment to the style of play because he's making the players rethink about what they're doing.
We come out every game doing something different.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: is that the way it's supposed to be? I can't discern a clear style. The only time I can discern a clear style is when we play Mexico, because Mexico's going to have the ball. They're going to dictate the play.
And so we're forced to play on the counter.
We're forced into it, and we're forced to press. It's the only time. That is the only time. And I would argue for anyone to tell me I'm wrong and give me examples. I'll take the examples, but I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, so I would keep the back line what we've been doing, right? I like Anthony Robinson. I like Miles Robinson. I like Zimmerman. I want Dest on the side. Obviously, he's been injured. Just following up on the Wonder Kid. Apparently, he's 17 years old, and Football Glory says he may be better than Zach Steffen and is American. That's not hard to be better than Zach Steffen. I think the ones to beat are Horvath and Turner. Well, okay, let me clarify. Obviously, Steffen has to be good enough to be on Man City's books, but we need a keeper who plays week in, week out, right? That's why I like Horvath so much. That's why I would prefer Turner. But I prefer Horvath over Turner because the quality of players that he's playing against.
Yeah, but he's headed to Arsenal. So, I mean, he'll be playing in the Prem.
Well,
he'll be playing in the Prem.
I don't know if playing, but that's the thing.
I think he takes the start. He takes the starting spot. I think he's good. I think he's very good. He's a good shot stopper.
You think he's going to overpass?
The only question mark is with his feet. That's the only question mark. I think he's a great shot stopper. I think he overtakes Aaron Ramsdale and certainly Bernd Leno at Arsenal.
Okay, I'm putting up a new poll. Did we make it out of the group stage? Yes or no?
Okay, so you've given me Turner, Horvath, Dest, Robinson, Zimmerman, Robinson.
Yep. So the back line, basically what we've been playing. I mean, okay, who do you play in the midfield? Or do you agree with that?
Yeah. That's definitely mine. With the caveat that I'll take Turner over Horvath.
Okay,
unless there's a drastic change in the next 6-7 months. In the midfield for me, I'm actually switching up Greg's. Man, we talked about this before. Now I can't make a decision. I think I'm switching it up. I'm switching up the style of play. I think we do a 4-5-1, and I'm going with Luca Della Torre and Tyler Adams in midfield. And as kind of a 2, and then Gio Reyna at the 10.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. Yeah, I
Look,
think Musa misses out. I think Musa
I
misses
do.
out
Yeah,
because of what he showed today. Just not good enough.
he's 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 missing the final product. I
Yeah,
think you saw a couple of times he's slippery. Him
yeah.
little body feint,
Little silky
little
action.
little silky, but I like what Tyler Adams does in terms of putting out fires. He doesn't need to do anything crazy. You saw him. He'll do the dirty work. He's going to track back. So I think he can do a lot of the defensive stuff. I like Luca Della Torre there because I think we have enough firepower up top that he doesn't need to be there. But I like
Yeah.
his ability to beat the press.
Yep.
He can beat the press with a
And
pass.
he can make a
He can
pass.
he can make a pass. He can carry the ball. He's a very good carrier of the ball. He's calm on the ball. You see him usually make the right decisions with the ball,
That's
especially when under pressure. And so I think that he slots in pretty comfortably there. It may not be where he'd want to play. I think he's a player that wants to play a little higher. I think his skill set really helps us uh, in that holding spot. And then obviously, Gio Reyna, our best player, stick him at the 10, let him create. You saw the no-look pass against Panama. I mean,
filthy.
the run against Mexico, he looked, okay tonight. He had a couple of dribbles.
Yeah.
He had that nutmeg pass to Christian Pulisic into the box. He's just clearly going to be the facilitator.
Heads and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah, that's just what it's going to be.
We
Who do
got
you
a
got
couple
up top?
comments. We got a couple
Okay.
comments because this goes along with it. First of all, football's glory says Des may not be at Barca for long because Coach Xavi has been eyeing another right back from Morocco, and well, he's played amazing under Xavi, so it's a shame that Xavi does look to want to get someone else in. I want to see him at Tottenham. He fits perfectly for Antonio Conte's system. Personally, I would love to have him at Tottenham. The other comment he makes, to be honest, Brendan Aronson deserves a better club. I'm a little bit down on Aronson right now. Well,
He deserves a better club. Look, he's an Energizer bunny, but he's like the quality is like where's he gonna go? He's not going to Bayern. He's probably not fitting into the RB Leipzig team.
all he could do is
Not right now.
all he could do is do like a Norwich move, like
Josh Sargent.
Josh Sargent did, like just
Look,
go to a lower club and just run.
I like Brendan Aronson. I don't think he gets into the starting 11 when Gio is healthy.
Do you think we missed him this window?
I take that back. I actually want him over Weah. I
I'm
think I
kinda
want
in
him
on
over
that.
Weah.
I want Way as a super sub.
Yeah.
Am
Yeah.
I wrong? Am I wrong,
Dude,
Fred?
all right. Okay. I'm going to throw this out there because this was a you and me thing. Weston McKennie at point forward.
Yes. Yep.
He's
I'm in on that.
He's the best player in the box.
He'll
Look,
have
Weston
hold-up play.
McKennie. Weston McKennie does two things well: score goals, bring the energy.
True.
You can't sit there and tell me that P Fox going to be better, Pepe's going to be better, or Ferreira's really going to be better. Now here's the caveat: we got to get service into the box for that to work, right?
Which
And that's one thing
it looked abysmal
we don't do.
tonight.
We don't do. We do a horrible job. Oh God, we do such a bad job.
Just
There's
a
no-
quick shout out to all the viewers right now. We appreciate you watching. Go ahead, like this stream, subscribe. If you don't know, we do a podcast. Try and put one out weekly. Assistant Manager Podcast. You can find us anywhere big podcasts are, or just sub to the channel.
Sub to the channel. All right, dude. I better go before the wife gets angry. But
Okay, sounds good. I'll wrap up here
Anyways.
talking to football's glory.
we qualified, right? Like that's the big
Yep.
thing. We're hyped. We're going to the World Cup. Let's bring that energy. Kind of pissed that we lost tonight. I'm looking at Greg.
I'm looking at Greg.
I'm looking at the system. In national team football, I don't think that like a system doesn't make or break you necessarily.
Oh, but it
But-
does in
But
international.
having a system, just like a clearly defined, it doesn't need to be we don't need to be Man City. It doesn't need to be intricate. Simple. You only
Yep.
have these guys for a couple of weeks every year. Clearly define the roles, clearly define the way that we need to play, and then be willing to take some risks. I want to see Greg take some risks. Weston McKennie at point forward. That's a risk. Maybe it pays off. Maybe it pays off. Gio Reyna, number 10. That's a risk. Maybe it pays off.
Yeah.
Switch it up. Switch it up, man. Get, honestly, 4-4-2 even. Put Christian up top. See what he can do.
Yeah.
Play him
Not
on
a
the
bad
counter.
shout.
I don't do something else though, because it's not working. Like, yes, we qualified, but it was ugly. We should have stomped more teams. We have the quality. We have the talent. I understand injuries were a problem.
Yeah.
Injuries, just forecasting into the future. I hope I'm wrong. I think injuries is a huge problem with the potential of this team.
Yep.
Just gonna say it. So, all right.
'Kay.
Anyways,
Well, appreciate the analysis. Have a good night. Real quick, football's glory. What's your club team, man? Who do you support? Because he says Tottenham wouldn't be too bad for Dest. Their right back Emerson has been the worst player out of their squad. 100%.
oh God, 100%, 100%.
Uh,
Are you sure he hasn't been listening to the pod?
yeah, dude, he's been listening to the pod.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to be happy we're through. That's
We're
kind of
through.
the end of it.
The draw's on Friday. We'll see who we get.
Yep.
Teams I don't want to see real quick. I don't want to see Argentina. I don't want to see England. I don't want to see Brazil.
Football glory. Take a guess.
Chelsea.
Yep.
Oh, football's glory. That's a bummer. Oh, brother. That's a bummer.
That's a bummer. Football's glory. Be sure to sub to the channel, man. You're
Good stuff.
You're an OG right now.
Yeah. All right, D. I'll see you at work tomorrow.
Okay,
we'll
see
talk
you
more
at work,
about
man.
this podcast next week, right?
Yep.
Is that what we're doing?
Plan on it next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
It'll
All
drop.
right. Peace out, everybody.
Okay. Just to wrap up here, thanks for tuning in to anybody. We'll have kind of more coherent thoughts and a more planned out podcast. So make sure you tune into this. This was kind of just like spur of the moment. We want to hop on, kind of get a live raw reaction. So football's glory. You take it easy. We'll see you in the comment section or follow us on Twitter at the AmPod. Feel free to tweet at us. We're a new up and coming podcast, but we're the best. We got the best perspective out here. Working on quality, working on getting our name out there. For everybody else, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. We will get to them. So have a great night, everybody. Happy for the United States, but also just a little sad to see the performance tonight. But that's been typical of us. So we just got to do better. Go USA. Go Tottenham Hotspur too. Back in action this weekend. Peace.